Have you ever had that dream? You know the one that feels so real. It leaves you gasping for air when you wake up, your heart pounding against your ribs. These aren't just random firings of our sleepy brains. Some nightmares are so universal, so deeply woven into our collective human experience that they've been passed down through generations, haunting our ancestors just as they haunt us today. Tonight, we're pulling back the curtain on three of these timeless terrors. These are the horror stories that exist in every generation. So dim the lights, get comfortable, and let's begin. Our first nightmare is perhaps the most primal of all, being chased. You're running. Your legs feel like they're wading through thick mud, and your lungs burn with every desperate breath. The pursuer might be a shadowy figure, a monstrous beast, or something you can't even see, but you feel its presence getting closer and closer. This dream taps into our most basic survival instinct, fight or flight. For our early ancestors, being chased by a predator was a very real life or death threat. That terror is encoded in our DNA. In the modern world, the chaser might represent a deadline, a mounting debt, or an unresolved conflict we're trying to run from in our waking lives. The feeling of powerlessness, the slow-motion panic, it's a scenario that has played out in the minds of humans for thousands of years. Think about it. A caveman might have dreamt of a saber-toothed tiger. A medieval peasant might have dreamt of a charging knight, and today you might dream of a faceless entity in a dark alley. The setting changes, but the core fear remains identical. It's the terror of the hunt, where you are the prey. The next time you find yourself running in a dream, remember, you're not alone. You're reliving a fear as old as humanity itself. Next up, a nightmare that plays on our fears of social standing and vulnerability, showing up unprepared. This one has many variations. Maybe you're in school, and you suddenly realize you have a final exam for a class you've never attended. You can't answer a single question. Or perhaps you're on a stage, about to give a speech to a massive audience, but you've forgotten all your lines. Everyone is staring. The silence is deafening. Even more common is the dream of being naked or improperly dressed in public. You're at work, at a party, or just walking down the street, and you look down to discover you're completely exposed. The shame and panic are overwhelming. These dreams aren't really about exams or public speaking. They're about the fear of being judged, of being exposed as a fraud, of not measuring up to expectations. This is what psychologists call imposter syndrome, playing out in our subconscious. In a world that constantly evaluates us, from our performance at work to our posts on social media, it's no wonder this nightmare persists. Our great-grandparents might have dreamt of forgetting their lines in a local theater play or showing up to church in their pajamas. The fear of social humiliation is a powerful, timeless human experience. It's the dread of our deepest insecurities being laid bare for all to see. Our final universal nightmare is one of absolute helplessness. Falling. It often starts suddenly. You're on a cliff, a tall building, or sometimes just walking, and the ground gives way. You're plummeting through an endless void with nothing to grab onto. The wind rushes past you, and a sense of certain doom washes over your entire being. Then, just before impact, you jolt awake, your body tingling with the phantom sensation of the fall. Scientists have a few theories about this one. One popular idea is the hypnic jerk, a physical reflex that can happen as we transition from wakefulness to sleep. Our brain misinterprets the relaxation of our muscles as a sign that we're actually falling, and it sends a jolt to catch us. Another, more ancestral theory suggests it's a holdover from our primate ancestors who slept in trees. A misstep could mean a fatal fall, so a built-in alarm system to wake them up would have been a crucial survival trait. Whether it's a physiological tic or an evolutionary echo, the dream of falling perfectly encapsulates our fear of losing control. It symbolizes instability in our lives, a relationship ending, a job loss, or a general feeling that our life is on an uncertain path. The free fall is our subconscious mind screaming that we've lost our footing. From ancient tree dwellers to modern-day city dwellers, the terror of the Great Fall has been a constant companion in the dark, being chased, being exposed, and falling from a great height. These three nightmares form a trilogy of terror that transcends time, culture, and personal experience. They are the stories our minds tell us when we are at our most vulnerable, tapping into the deepest, most ancient fears of the human condition. They remind us that for all our modern advancements and complex societies, we are still connected to our ancestors by these primal anxieties. They feared the predator in the dark, the judgment of their tribe, and the fatal misstep from a high place. And so, in the private theater of our minds, do we. These dreams are a part of our shared human heritage, a dark legacy passed down through the ages. So the next time you wake up in a cold sweat, your heart racing from a nightmare, take a strange sort of comfort in knowing that you've just experienced a story that has been told and retold in the dreams of countless generations before you. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the universal nightmares that haunt us all. It's fascinating, isn't it? If you have a recurring nightmare that you think is universal, share it in the comments below. I'd love to read them. And if you enjoyed this exploration into the darker side of our minds, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the mysteries of the human experience. Stay curious and sleep well, if you can.